After China renamed certain places in Arunachal Pradesh, MEA rejects the move by China. MEA says that Arunachal is, has been, and always will be an integral and inalienable part of India. Okay, this is the latest statement coming in, a strong one there, joined by my colleague Abhishek Jha, who tracks the MEA very closely. Good morning to you, Abhishek. Very strong statement coming in there from MEA. They say that Arunachal will always be an integral and inalienable part of India.
Of course, and this is a statement that India has issued after reports of China naming 11 places in Arunachal Pradesh came out. And this is not the first time, in fact, that China has done this. The same modus operandi was done in 2017 and 2021 also, when India has reacted saying that Arunachal Pradesh has been and is and will always be an integral and inalienable part of India. This time also MEA has outrightly rejected this, saying that we reject this outright. The statement reads that Arunachal Pradesh is, has been and will always be an integral and inalienable part of India, and attempts to assign invented names will not alter this reality. So this is the latest that we are getting from Ministry of External Affairs on the issuance of Chinese Ministry of Civil Aviation, where they have tried to rename 11 places of Arunachal Pradesh, that part of India, which China claims as its own part of extended southern Tibet.
Abhishek, the places that have been renamed are about 11 in all: mountain peaks, rivers, residential areas. Extremely concerning, considering this is the third time that's taking place after 2017 and 2021. China unilaterally changing those names.
So we know that this has been China's, aggressive nature. And not only India is being affected and impacted by Chinese aggressive territorial aggression. But then we have China's same aggression happening in South China Sea also, where several countries along the coastal lines like Philippines, Vietnam at some times, and other nations are impacted by Chinese aggressive urges. In fact, the Japan is also having a confrontation with China on the issue of maritime boundaries. Recently, Japanese Foreign Minister was in Beijing, where the maritime boundary was discussed between him and his Chinese counterpart Qing Yang. The Senkaku Island, we know, recently had a fleet of Chinese patrolling vessels where they stayed for 72 hours. So Chinese territorial aggression is actually on all the sides, and we have seen the military standoff between India and China in Ladakh, along Ladakh border for a very long time now. There has been some disengagement, and both sides have been in regular talks at military commanders level and diplomatic level as well. But the dispute of India-China border hasn't been solved yet, and the disengagement, where India has wished to have it complete disengagement, it is still pending from the Chinese side.
So once again, China's irking New Delhi, Abhishek, after that standoff since May 2022, at a point when our bilateral relations are perhaps at their worst.
You see, recently, Chinese ambassador had tweeted that India and China are celebrating 73 years of diplomatic relationship, and they want to have a good relationship with India, for common prosperity and everything. But these lines or these words from the Chinese side do not translate into reality on ground when we see the actual and conflicting reasons why these two nations are at confrontation, are in loggerheads. And the border issue has been pending. For a very long time. Both the sides had tried to, discuss these issues with established mechanism, border mechanism, and situation was more or less calmer. But in the recent years, if we see, the broader picture has been that China is trying to create more troubled areas, more engagement points, where India also had to deploy more army, ammunition, and armor in a counter, step because of the Chinese side. And this has been a very well premeditated step that China is conducting. And the latest incidents that we are seeing, that 11 places in Arunachal Pradesh has been named by Chinese government, the ministry as China's own, is a very tacit, tactical position that China initially takes, and gradually it tries to create this area as part of its own sovereign territory.
Thank you very much for that update, Abhishek. Now shifting our focus to Karnataka. Congress MLA has been geared out on